L.J. Reynolds, when you go on stage and you start singing, you look out there at that audience, and you know what you want to do to them, you know what you want to do for them. What are the things that cross your mind the moment that you walk out on stage?
We've been so many places in our life and times. We sung a few 100,000 million songs. We made some bad rhymes.
Singers, though.
We've acted our life on stages with 10,000 people watching us. But now we're together. And tonight, we're singing that song just for them. And you know what? That is basically what's on my mind. What goes back to what I think about a lot of times when I hit the stage. I think about all the times that I've gotten out and performed songs for dramatic fans. And I kind of go back and I remember people's faces from when we do clubs, when we do concerts, people that are up close, things that people say when they come backstage. The public is very aware of what those records are like. And so my thought is to go out and sing it just like what they want to hear and somewhat better.
Yeah, right.
You know? So I always think about what the public, a lot of times when I go out and sing, definitely want to please them because I want them to come back. And my theory is this: if the public will come back and see you, then the promoters will buy you. If the promoters will buy you, then you can get paid. If you can get paid, then you can pay your bills.
You can be happy.
Okay? And this is a business. And I remember you said something too about dreams and hopes. And I know you can remember too yourself.
Yeah.
Can you remember those days?
I remember
when
those
you had
days.
when you had that dream of becoming a disc jockey on the radio. So it's the same thing with us, man. It's a dream come true. And at some point, once you get past the fact of wanting to become somewhat successful, then you begin, I think, to think about the people, begin to think about your families, your life, your reasons for being here. And our reason for being here apparently is to please those people that love music, that love dramatic music. And that's what we're here for. And that's what I aim to do.
Fair well said.
Very well said. It's been one of my dreams to have all of you like in the studio, you know, and at the same time and just kick out one night for the Dramatics, because D stands for Dramatics, D stands for Detroit, and when you say Dramatics, you can say Detroit and Dramatics at the same time because Dramatics are Detroit. Live in the studio with Detroit's own, with the world's own, Dramatics. The Dramatics are here right now. The telephone calls that are coming in from the Dramatics leads me to believe that if the Dramatics were to announce that they are appearing in concert immediately after this interview, that they'd be looking out for another sold-out show, because the phones tonight are definitely double sold, triple sold. We can't get all the telephone calls in, but we have one young man in. This young man right here wants to give it up to the Dramatics. Let's go live on the phones right now and talk to Mr. Ron D-Bar.
Like to find more.
What's up, brother?
How you doing?
Man, I'm doing all right. Yeah, I gotta be doing all right tonight.
Man, you got my main boys down there.
You know it, man.
You got my main Ronnie and LJ. And, oh man, Willie, are you fine? What's happening? Well, hey, I'm so excited, man. I can't. Hey, it's almost like we're bringing tears to my eyes. Just to hear those guys, you know.
Hey, Ronnie, first of all, man, let me just let everybody know who they're talking with. That's Ron Dunbar, that's the coordinator and director with the P-Funk organization. He started back with Holidosia in Holland. Just to have you call, man, take the time out to call, and I know you got a busy schedule.
Shoot your shot.
Shoot our best shot.
Check it out.
Ronnie, when's the last time you talked to George Clinton?
Man, it's been about 6 months.
Hey,
George got more lives than a cat.
Hey, no doubt, my man.
He's still a funk master, you know.
Yeah, but I know you know this story, but just to share with all our listeners, you know, George Clinton, Mo, was one of the first cats to ever produce the Dramatics, man.
Really?
Yeah, back in 1965, 66, man. It came here where he had a do,
Right.
He was a cosmetologist at the time with Fuzzy and all of them.
Right.
But George has always been an inspirational part of our coming up as being a professional group. George Clinton is just one of those talented, gifted artists.
That's right, you got it.
Yeah, that the Lord has blessed, man, with just his own personal way, the way he does what he does.
Genius at work.
Mo, we just want to thank Ronnie for calling in.
Well, look at Ron. Thank you for calling.
Man, I'm glad to hear from the guys. Mo, keep it up, Mo. I love you, man. What you're doing, man. That's great, man. It's fantastic.
Hey, well, thank you, Ron, man.
Okay, keep it rolling.
Hey, look here. We're going to roll till we get the agony of defeat.
Okay, yeah, right. I'm going to take my shoes off.
You went Wild World Sports on me.
Yeah, right. I love it.
All right, Ron. You
Okay,
take care
take
now.
care.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye. We'll take another call right about now. Okay, hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Mojo.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to say, what's up, Mojo? This is Paul from the West Side.
Hey, how you doing?
Ron, LJ, Willie, the rest of you guys, Street Corner Legends. Question. I think the public will really be happy for you guys to do a live album. And also, how did you enjoy working with the Dales and how you feel about their recent success?
Oh, man, I think it's been great, man. You know, we've had the privilege of working with the Dales for so many years. Of course, starting with the venue that we did with them musically, the Dramatics versus the Dales, which is actually just a title because at the time we were a very young group and very respectful for what the Dales had accomplished as a black vocal group. And they've done an exceptionally great job as far as sustaining themselves, as far as even giving us a direction and understanding about what it takes to be a group historically and for a long time, to become a legend. The Dales are like a legend, man. For so many years, they have been collectively together. They've dealt with the ups and the downs of the music industry, and they're still here pumping. They did the thing in the movie. What was the movie that they did? Five Heartbeats. Exceptionally great job, and they're helped paving the way once again, along with some of the young artists that are happening now, like Jodeci, Boys to Men, After Seven, Levert. Oh, by all means, Levert. We'll get off into that later. But they're kind of playing right into our hands as far as music and song is coming back. And even the young, some of the generations that were dealing with the rap era, they're becoming a little older now, and they're dealing with personal experiences, and it kind of is going to come back to the love song. And that's always been our trump card. So we await the arrival for the acceptance of love song once again, and we can really serve them dramatic way too.
Okay, well, thank you very much, all right?
Okay, thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you.
We are here to entertain you. So people take your seats and get ready for the treat, 'cause we're ready, one, to get on with the show. Yeah, show. Now to get on with the show. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Dramatics.
What you see is what you get now, baby. Is what you get. And the real history is the best thing yet. The best thing yet. I said I want you. What you see is what you get. What you see baby, is what you get. You better believe it that I want you. What you see is what you get now, baby. Is what you get. I want you. What you see is what you get now, baby. Is what you get. And the real history is the best thing yet. The best thing yet. I said I want you. What you see is what you get. What you see baby, is what you get. You better believe it that I want you. What you see is what you get now, baby. Is what you get.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause? The mighty Dramatics.
Somebody told us that Squirrel was trying to reach you, Mojo.
Look, I've been trying to reach Squirrel back.
Call him, man.
The best shaker in the world. Call him right now. Let's see if we can reach Squirrel. The
Let's call
best
it.
shaker in the world.
His name is Squirrel.
Okay.
Shake him in the wild.
Okay, Squirrel, we got
Shake it on down. His name is Squirrel. Best shaker in the world.
You shake it on down. Shake it
down to the ground.
Baby, shake it well.
Did you get Squirrel? Squirrel.
Yes, sir.
We love you. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Super Squirrel.
You didn't think a person as of myself would be listening.
We knew you'd be listening, Squirrel.
L.J. Reynolds, anytime you sing anything, I'm going to be listening.
Well, thank you, Doctor. That's Dr. Squirrel, y'all.
L.J., when you sing, the whole world listens.
Ain't that something?
Steve,
Yo,
Willie Ford, Lenny Mayes, Ron Banks, the world listens to you when you sing.
all right, Squirrel. Thank you.
Hey, Squirrel.
Yes, sir.
We want to congratulate you on something, man, that we're really proud of you about, man. And you know, we talked many times, and I know you've been involved in it when we were together collectively as far as education and direction, man. For those that don't know, we'd like to congratulate you, man. We understand that you graduated recently from college and with a 4.0 at that. And you, my main man, continue doing what you're doing, man, and you're displaying the proper image, man. That's my Squirrel. That's Larry Demps that I know, man.
Listen, gentlemen, I haven't talked to any of you in quite a long time. But I'd like to say this to you, Ron. I've been approaching a different aspect of what we've all been trying to do from day one.
Great, man.
That is to educate, entertain, and bring into fruition the minds of young black people and anybody else that may come along within that spectrum.
Show you right.
Okay?
Show you right.
You and I know for a fact that this has been an objective that we've had from the beginning.
From the beginning, Squirrel.
From the beginning.
That's true.
I graduated from Oakland Community College. I've gone on to the University of Michigan. I have not stopped listening to the dramatics. I will always be a part of you, Willie Ford, you, Ron Banks, you, Lenny Mayes, you, L.J. Reynolds. Of course, L.J. Reynolds, because I'll tell you something. You blow me out. You know you do. You know you do.
Yeah.
And you too, Steve.
Show you right.
Thank you, sir.
Listen, let me tell you something. You replace what is missing, you keep going, and you respect what is there. I have always done that.
Show you right.
Hey,
The
Squirrel.
dramatics are today what the dramatics were 10 years ago.
Show you right.
Because the dramatics will continue to be the dramatics.
Yeah. Thank you, man. You know, that goes double for me, man.
My name is Squirrel.
Baby, shake it, babe.
Best shaker in the world.
Baby, shake it well.
Shake it on down.
Shake it, baby.
Down to the ground.
Baby, shake it well.
Willie Ford. Willie Ford. Willie Ford. You over there, ain't you? Yeah.
You know I am.
You know what, though? I want to say this to Mojo, and I want all y'all to hear this. Mojo, I don't talk to my friends like I should. I love all of them, and they know I do. Why don't we talk to each other?
Well, let's start talking to each other. That started now.
I've been where I've been all this time. I've never knocked you. When I was on Mojo's show, I didn't knock you. We've never knocked each other. Why don't we talk?
You know, Squirrel?
I'm writing your number down. I'm
Well,
giving
say one
everybody.
thing to you. and one thing to you.
LJ and I have talked. We tried to go fishing. We never kind of hooked it up.
Hooked it up.
But Squirrel, let me say this, and I'm going to be through talking.
Go ahead.
I think a lot of why we didn't talk had a lot to do with a lot of bitter moments through the years. But let me say this here. This group is a totally different group now. I can speak for myself. I can speak for the fellas in this group. The places we used to go, Squirrel, we don't go anymore.
I swear.
I
The
respect
things
that.
we used to do,
We don't do
Squirrel,
anymore.
we don't do anymore.
We don't
Neither do I.
The people we used to see,
We don't see no more.
we don't see anymore.
I hear you.
Well, this is a whole new beginning for the dramatics. And I don't want to bring up nothing that's going to smudge our particular situation or the dramatics, but we done been through a whole lot. And like I say, a lot of things that we used to do, Squirrel, and I'm talking to young people too, when it comes to the big D,
I
and I'm talking
understand.
about as far as drugs or anything else,
I understand.
we don't do anymore.
Well, for
And
me,
and this
in
is
my
on radio.
perspective, for me, in my perspective,
we've been around a whole bunch of different things in our life. A lot of things have been in the way of people and have ruined people's careers.
Of course.
Attitudes,
Yes.
drugs, alcohol.
I understand.
We do not do or be around these kind of people anymore.
And not gonna do it.
Well, now, let's understand this. A person that has come from what we have done, which was positive, and has gone to the university, which is not a game. It is reality. It is very serious. And for me to continue to have a 4.0 average is not the type of person that could fall back into those things that LJ was just talking about. We all we came out of the same kind of situation.
Yeah.
We took a different turn. The turn we took was for the positive for all of us. I've taken a positive attitude in the direction I'm going. You've taken a positive attitude in the direction you're going.
Hey, Sue.
We all know and we all respect. Believe me, there are more people up at the University of Michigan that have your tapes than we've ever sold when we played up there.
Sure, you're right. And Sue,
Hey, Squirrel.
let me say this to you, man. On behalf of us and for all of us that love you, man, let me say this to you. You've opened a can of worms that needs attention. We look forward to establishing communication with you. And I promise you, from this day forward, we will channel the positive energy necessary to reunite ourselves. It's just in communication.
And we'll see you at the Fox.
You are somebody. You will always be somebody. And I look forward to seeing you, man. God bless you. We love you and the family. And Mojo, I thank you for bringing Squirrel back into our lives.
Not just somebody special.
My man.
Willie Ford, thank you very much.
Oh!
Squirrel,
Yes, sir.
it's been our pleasure. It's been special. It's been historic. It's been awesome. It's been memorable. It's been a moment for all time.
We are here to entertain you. So people, take your seats and get ready for the treat. Cause we're ready, to get on with the show. Now to get on with the show. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Dramatics. It is absolutely a DJ's dream to sit in a studio with the Dramatics and hear you guys tune up for a tune. And you come on the radio and you hit that bad boy like you've been singing it together ever since day one. I do mean day one.
It's the reality
Oh.
to see that you be the greatest that ever did it.
Yeah, no, Mo, you strong, man. Let me tell you this, man.
Man, this is about the Dramatics now.
I know it's about Dramatics and you and all your fans and listeners. But let's just say this the way it is. You put the call out, because you know usually we come one at a time. But we came together tonight. Lord has blessed us to be together tonight. And for Detroit and for all the metropolitan area, for all your listeners, we came to do it for a reason. Tonight we're going to serve you with great music. Not only from Dramatics, but all the songs and the artists that we love.
It's going to be about the Dramatics for a long time.
For a long time.
Hey, man, for a long time. It's going to be about the
Well, man,
Dramatics.
it's really been a blessing,
Mojo.
man. I swear to you, man.
Thank you, Mojo. You got that mojo working.
LJ Reynolds.
Yes.
Well, look here, man. Tell me, it is really something to sit back, kick it out. Yeah. Have a dream.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's been our dream come
have a dream about going out there on that stage, entertaining, enriching the culture of the world, globe-trotting, educating. Look, it is absolutely fantastic to have a dream and to have that dream come true, and to be able to step inside of that dream and watch it come alive, so that you can forever relive those immortal words. What you see is what you get. Hey, you get off my mountain because we're coming. I want you to be my girl. Look here, let's talk about the Dramatics and how the Dramatics got started. Let's talk about the Dramatics before the D was there. When the D stood for Dream and not Dramatics. Because you went from Dreams to the Dramatics.
Yeah, actually what happened was back during the time when we were first getting together, and this is Ron talking to you, but yeah, it is a dream come true, Mo. We were sitting there, and at the time, you know, we come through the era of the Motown era, when we were blessed with the talents of Temptations, Contours, Miracles, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, Dinah Ross, the Marvelettes, Junior Walker, Jimmy Ruffin, all of those, man, the Four Tops. We come through that era, and I used to sit there, man, many a day, and I sat there in amazement to see the performers perform the way they did at the Fox Theater with the Motown Review, and I used to compliment Berry Gordy for the job well done as a child. And I sat there and I said, God, it'd be great to do. It became something that I wanted to do. And the first record, even before the first record, when we talk about the name, at that time, like, Temptation was so powerful. See, you could have any name that rhymed with Temptation. Shun, T-I-O-N, you know, sensations, persuasions, sanctions, sanctions, you know, in all those. We went through all of those, and I'll never forget it. We had just got with Golden World Records, which was started by Mr. Ed Wingate here in Detroit. We joined Braden and so many of them, man. J.G. Barnes was there. George Clinton and Parliament, they were there. Thelma and Joyce Vincent, who became Dawn. Pat Lewis and Sweet Butter Soul, that used to back up Isaac Hayes. Fantastic Four with Sweet James. And we came up through that era, right? And so we kind of put the names in a hat. We had did a cabaret here, Mo, at a place called Mr. Kelly's. And Ed Wingate's niece, she was there, and we fired him up that night. We did it a cappella because we couldn't afford a band. So we sang a cappella, and she came to us after the show and she said, do you want to sing professionally? And that was our dream, to sing professionally. And we said, yeah. And that was a Saturday night cabaret at Mr. Kelly's. And so she said, well, I'm going to set up a meeting with my uncle, who was Ed Wingate of Golden World Records, and the proprietor of Golden World Records. And we met him Sunday, and along with Joanne Braden, and we went in there and we sang and we did what the Lord had blessed us to do. We just wanted to do it. And he looked at us, he said, I want you to get your mothers and fathers together, and we're going to meet tomorrow evening, and we're going to see if we can't put a contract together for you boys. And that's just the way, really, our dream started. We put a bunch of names in a hat, and everybody picked, and we drew in Squirrel. Best shake in the world, Larry Demps, right off of Fleming over there in Coney Gardens area. My personal friend, and I will always love you, Squirrel. He pulled the right one that day, and it came out, it said Dramatics. And then we sat down and we said, well, what's the definition for Dramatics? And we said it's drama with music. That means to portray it physically and vocally.
Acting and rhythm.
Acting and rhythm, the Dramatics. And that was the beginning of the Dramatics, Mom.
Tell me about that first stage appearance. when the sign went up on the marquee, you drove up and you saw that sign up there. You walked in backstage. You knew you were about to be called to be next, to walk out there on that stage for the first time. What was that moment like?
That moment was truly a fulfilling moment. And even when they ask us, even today, about how good is it to hear the music that we've recorded over 20 years and share with the public, it's a great feeling. It's a feeling of accomplishment. And like I would tell any young artist, even today, never let them tell you no. Because we got turned down the first time we went in and interviewed at Motown Records. And they had 70 artists on the roster at the time. And they said, well, you guys come back. and we ended up signing with Stax Records. But I will never forget it. We had cut What You See Is What You Get, and Squirrel and myself, we had went to Cover Hall, and James Brown was the headliner, and I think the Chi-Lites were on the show. A couple other entertainers were on the show, but James was on stage. James slid across the stage to the right, and the people said, yeah! And I looked at Squirrel and said, man, wouldn't it be great if What You See, What You Get was a million seller for us? And then James slid back across to the left, and the people went crazy again. And he looked at me and said, yeah, and we could sing with James Brown, and we could go on tour with James Brown. Well, tell you how powerful the Lord is, and how powerful being determined to be successful in what you do. Well, that was in May 1971. Well, August 22nd of that same year, 1971, What You See Is What You Get was proclaimed a million seller, and we started working with James Brown in San Antonio, Texas.
And guess who presented us the gold record?
Who?
James Brown.
The Godfather.
So
Fantastic.
So when we speak of dreams, truly believe this. It's great to dream. It's great to think that you can be somebody. But it's most important to display yourself and put yourself in the position to be able to live a dream. A dream come true is remarkable, and it is a blessing, Mo. And as we go, you know, we went on a hiatus from 1982 through 87, and we call it a hiatus other than breaking up because we never left one another spiritually or in a positive state for dramatics, because we always believed in ourselves. We had just got off into the business and to the industry, and everybody had kind of grown in their own ways, and there was other things that we wanted to exploit. And then we really got tired of, we were kind of frustrated in the early 80s because we were not given our due as far as we were concerned, because we had worked very hard, and they would try to, they didn't want to pay us what we thought we were worth. We went through a lot of trying times, of trial of tribulation.
Mental agony.
Let's say it, mental agony, whatever you want to call it. But we went through a hiatus, and we just decided before we started getting into one another's throats, let's just go and disperse this for right now. But we kept in communication with each other, and that's why we call it a hiatus for the Dramatics. 1982 to 1987. Then we got back together in 1987, and we did a reunion tour and an album that featured the single One Love Ago. And much to our amazement, and I've got to say it this way because much to our amazement, as we traveled and went on tour nationally and internationally and domestically, the receptance and the crowd response, I will never forget it. I forget what show. I think we played here at the Premier Center then. And when the first time that we came back to Detroit, and we went back into the dressing room, and it was the first show was over. And man, we had a ball. And the people were just, perfect as far as supporting the artists. And us being from Detroit to be received once again. See, Detroit was the launching pad for the Dramatics, even though we were broke nationally with What You See Is What You Get. To see the people at home receive you once again, the way that they received us from the beginning and the conception of Dramatics in 1971, to see them do the same and give us the same response and the same support in 87. Man, we sat there between shows and we looked at each other, we said, hey man, maybe this is what we're supposed to do. Okay? And since then, man, I really, man, when we go to the show now, I can't wait till they sit down. Because as soon as they sit down, I know I can go to work. I can start entertaining.
We are here to entertain you. So people, take your seats and get ready for the treat. Cause we're ready, to get on with the show. Yeah, show.
Now to get on with the show.
You're listening to Electrify Mojo, Rare Moments. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you wish to subscribe, hit the subscription button. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you wish to subscribe, hit the subscription button. If you wish to subscribe, hit the subscription button.